Tell me some movies that you could have done, should have done, didn't do.
Okay, so I think the worst one, if we're going to go right to the heart of the matter, and this is probably going to piss off some people, but, hey, sometimes you got to do it. But
have you ever pissed off anyone?
A lot of people, a lot of times.
There's no question that Corey Feldman was one of the biggest child stars of the 80s, starring in classics like Gremlins, The Goonies, Stand By Me, and The Lost Boys. That's an impressive resume, but according to Feldman himself, it was supposed to be even bigger. While appearing on the Magnificent Others podcast with Billy Corgan, he wistfully recalls the roles that got away, starting with The Shining. In the movie, the character of Danny Torrance is played by Danny Lloyd, who people often mistook Feldman for at the time.
I was up for that role. So it was very ironic that,
Did you not get the role or it just didn't work out?
It was down to the two of us.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was supposed to be me. Originally, I had the offer. But then on second thought, they were like, he's just a little bit young, because I was like a year younger than him. Same haircut, same big wheel, same everything, but just a little bit too small.
Did you audition for Kubrick?
I must have. I would have to have, yeah.
You don't remember?
I don't remember. I would have been 5.
Okay, right. That's pretty young, yeah.
Yeah. But the point is that I almost got it. It was supposed to be mine. I was a little bit too small, a little bit too young. So then 2 years later, this movie comes out, and it's like the biggest thing ever. And then within that year, that's when it started. Hey, aren't you the kid from The Shining? Aren't you the kid from The Shining? I mean, I heard it every day.
There was a rumor at one point that I was the kid from the Wonder Years.
Yeah, I remember that. Which kid was it?
I don't know. Because I never watched the show.
Right.
I think Billy Corgan is a little mixed up. Fellow 90s rock star Marilyn Manson is usually the one attached to the Wonder Years urban legend. The next big missed opportunity Corey Feldman talks about is What's Eating Gilbert Grape, about a dysfunctional family in rural Iowa. It received a lot of praise upon its release in 1993.
So I was actually cast to play Leonardo DiCaprio's role.
Okay.
I never saw the film because I'm still bitter leaf in that one. But yes, I was originally cast for that role.
Did they push you out, or?
Johnny Depp. He was cast after I was, and apparently whispered into the producer's ear that he wasn't fond of me and thought that I was...
Was there a reason he wasn't fond of you?
Yeah, he said I was a junkie and that he didn't work with junkies. And this is the first time I remember ever telling this story, so I'm sure I'm going to get hung by this one. But yeah, anyway.
Were you using drugs or...?
No, I was sober. I'd just gotten sober. I'd just gotten out of rehab. I'd turned my life around. And in fact, was trying to help River at the time.
Right.
Who he was running with at the time.
Right.
As we all know, River's last night on Earth was at Johnny's establishment.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you can imagine, there was a bit of a thorn in the side on that one.
Sure.
And had I not been pushed out and done that role, who knows what would have happened from that point forward.
Because that was kind of one of those watershed movies,
right? That gave Leonardo his first nomination.
Yeah.
Yes. So
welcome to the Woulda, Coulda, Shoulda podcast.
Exactly, right? So I mean, there was a bitter tea there. But that said, you don't hang on those. You get past them.
Feldman acts like his reputation didn't precede him, but in another interview with Mario Lopez, he seems to think that everybody was well aware of his drug problem back in the day.
How bad did it get at one point? How bad were you partying?
When I was back in the day?
Yeah, back in the day.
Oh, dude, I wasn't partying. I was on an isolated train to hell. I mean,
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Just all substances?
No, I mean, like, my drug of choice was heroin.
Oh, wow, that's a serious one, and usually people don't get off that.
Right.
Why'd you end up on that, Corey?
You don't know the story?
Dang, dude, I don't. This got heavy quick.
Dude, yeah. Well, you got the right questions, bro.
Dang, bro.
I thought you were going to 0 to 60, man. Like,
wow.
Everybody knew. I was busted for it. I mean, that's what I got in trouble for in 1989.
Look at that.
Well, yeah. I mean, 30 years, 35 years.
According to Feldman, Gilbert Grape wasn't the only part Leonardo DiCaprio stole from him.
Ironically, just a couple years later, I also was up for Titanic. So there was kind of a double banger with Leo. But that was okay, because that one I wasn't as close. Like, I was up for it. I read for it. I know that I was in the contention somewhere.
It's incredible that he can say that with a straight face. It's hard to imagine James Cameron even sitting through his screen test. By the way, Feldman's streak of near misses doesn't end with Titanic.
Another one was Lord of the Rings. I was actually up for Sean's role, and I heard I got pretty close on that as well. And then
That would have been a perfect movie for you.
It would have, although I couldn't have gained the weight. So I'll give him that. He did a great job aesthetically being able to add that weight. It's something I cannot physically do.
I wish I had your problem.
Even if I stuffed myself with donuts and, you know, ice cream and all the crap you
you're
want.
Telling this is my dream.
Sorry,
I wish I could eat whatever I want.
That's a nice backhanded compliment for his buddy Sean Astin, the man who appeared in one of his music videos as a favor. Not only that, but Feldman says he was the first choice for yet another Sean Astin role while appearing on Pauly Shore's podcast.
In the 80s, you started before me, and I loved your movies. I love.
Let's talk about something that's never been talked about.
Okay.
Can we do that? Can we get
anything
real
you
for a
want.
minute?
Yeah.
Do you remember who was supposed to originally star in Encino Man with you? Oh, snap.
Was that you?
That was me, bro.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And not Sean.
Right. I was actually originally going to play Brendan's part, and then I also was up for Sean's part. So I was supposed to do one of the two.
Wow.
And I don't know what happened, a little Hollywood, finagle. But bottom line is, I remember though, I was sitting outside the Comedy Store and talking about it, and we were like planning it all out. We were all excited, like, we're going to do this together.
Yeah.
Clearly, Corey Feldman feels like he should have continued being a major movie star in the 1990s. It bums him out that instead of Titanic, he starred in Meatballs 4. The same goes for his music career. In an interview with Howie Mandel, he laments the hit single that never was.
I play Michael Jackson, my song, What's Up With the Youth. And he says, Corey, that's a #1 song. That song literally can go to #1. And if you let me, I will walk it into Tommy Mottola at CBS Records right now, and I will make that song #1. And I was like, thank you, Michael. I really appreciate that. But no, I'm good.
Why? Why no?
Well, because 2 reasons. One, I was a real friend to him, and I didn't want him to think that I was just another leech sucking off of his teeth to try to get something, that wasn't my intention. My intention was to play him a song and see if he liked it and what he thought. And to hear Michael Jackson tell you that the song's a hit and could be #1, what else do you need?
Did he want to sing it?
No, he wanted to help me go to that place. And my other part of it was, if I'm going to be a success in the music industry, I have to earn it. I have to earn it the hard way.
He goes on to say that Howard Stern ruined his chances of being taken seriously in the music industry by making fun of him.
And he said, well, we're going to do this kind of sketch around you where we're going to make it like Club MTV, but it's going to be Club Howie. That's what he called it, Club Howie. And they're like, so it's Club Howie, and you're going to come on here, and, I'm going to be in my Right Said Fred get up with a bald cap on and, a cool leather outfit, and you're going to dance around, and, I'll be the host, and that'll be the skit. And I said, okay, great, no problem. And I get out there, and they've got a midget in a hula skirt.
A little person.
Thank you. A little person in a hula skirt dancing in front of me. They've got girls in bikinis tossing back and forth a blow-up doll. They've got people acting like they are special needs, shall we say, in diapers and things like that. All of this going on around me, and I'm an 18, 19-year-old kid just trying to play my music. What's Up With the Youth, which is a pretty important song. The words are very meaningful and deep. What's up with the youth? Tell me what's up with the youth. At the time, it was just on his KCAL Channel 9 TV show, and it was terribly embarrassing, and I was like, well, glad nobody will ever see that again. And then, of course, YouTube comes around, and they brought it back, and it went viral, and now everybody sees that and goes, Corey Feldman's a joke. It's a joke. He doesn't take it seriously, because look at why else would he do something like that?
At this point, most people who follow Corey Feldman understand that he's as serious as a heart attack when it comes to his music. In another dimension, he could have been the next Michael Jackson or Leonardo DiCaprio, if not for Howard Stern and Johnny Depp. Hopefully someday he can sweeten his sour Gilbert grapes. Okay, that does it for this video. Do you think Corey Feldman would have killed it in any of those roles, or would he have sunk the ship? Let us know in the comments. As always, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.